love. So this is going to be your energy or energy reading. I wanted to check my book to see if I'm going to be doing a tarot reading for you as well. It's been a crazy week, that's for sure. So let's see. Oh, I think my chair just gave way and went lower. So let me drop that. Okay. Sorry for the funky coloring. I don't know what's going on with the lighting, why it looks blue, but maybe it's because I have the window open as well. It could just be me. If I look over here, it's because I have my monitor set up. So I'm kind of like looking at myself as well to make sure everything's good. And I should probably have done this all before I started your video, but okay. So Brittany, okay, yeah, so we're gonna do the aura and the tarot. So I will do the tarot reading after. But I have your notes for your aura in my phone. So let's get that. Okay, so the way that I do this is I would sit in meditation. I got my coffee. I would sit in meditation and I literally would just type out everything that was coming to my mind. I was watching your photo, I was looking at your photo, and I just took notes on my phone of everything that I felt, heard, seen, and I just compile it all into a reading. So for you, the first thing that I saw when I was tuning in is the animal guardian of a bear. So I was seeing a large bear. I put large and loving with protective energies surrounding your energy, surrounding you. And I put the paws surround your belly with love and care. So I was seeing the image of big bear paws curled around your belly. Okay. And I feel like bears, when we think of bears in two ways. One, really loving and cuddly creatures, especially because of the teddy bear and just the way that they look. They appear very cute and fuzzy and just really cute little animals. But then when you really think about it, a bear can be one of the most fearsome and crazy scary creatures out there. When you think of these hikers who run into bears and they have the bear attacks and whatnot, that's scary. So two different personas from one creature. And the vibe that I was getting from this bear for you was that it was a protector of you, but a protector of your womb. And as I saw, like I said, I saw the giant bear paws around your belly. Then I feel that you have a male spirit at your right. Young in energy, so they stand to the right side of you. They are young in energy in the emotion that they gave me, so they were appearing to me younger. Spirit will appear in an age either that you can recognize or an age that they feel most proud of. So when we go back into, you know, our soulful state, our spirit, we will come in the form that we are most proud of and that we feel most comfortable with, as well as what is most recognizable to people. So if there is a male spirit on the other side that you know of, I wasn't feeling like fatherly. To me it was more friend. But it could be a spirit guide as well. But they said, "I've watched you bloom. You make me proud." So to me, it felt like an older brother energy, or like just somebody who would be a protector of you and watch you. You have a lot of protector energy around you. But they said, "I've watched you bloom. You make me proud." So this is somebody who's been watching you on the other side that sees your growth. And then I had an image of a baseball cap sitting backwards on their head. Not sure if this is a connection to help you identify them. So I saw the backwards baseball cap. This could be Spirit's way of showing to me that they are younger. That could be the way they symbolize to me that they are young, or this could be a significance to you as well. Then I was tapping into your aura, and for your auras, I was seeing pinks and reds all around you. So I see the heat radiate off you as you run warm like a heater. So when I was tapping into your energy, I was definitely feeling really warm in my hands. My feet were warm. I just felt like I had that image of like a personal heater, like you just run really warm. and the oranges and the pink auras were just surrounding all around you. It was kind of like fire or heat radiating off of you. So that was like the vibe I was getting. I said, I feel like these colors of your aura symbolize incubation. So like as your baby is getting ready for process of creation in life. So I feel like as your baby is starting to grow and develop slowly but surely, your entire body is like an incubator right now. You are in that process of, you know, the baby is in the oven, you're warming it, you are giving it life and all of that. So definitely was tapping into that kind of like hot heat energy for you. Then I put green around your head, which tells me you are a thinker, but you always take into consideration what you say before you say it. So that was a big message I received. So I was definitely seeing glows of green around your head. Green is a color of love. It's a color of your heart, but it's also indication to me that because it's around your mind, that you are very careful with what you say to people, and you know that there's certain people that you can't say certain things to, or you can't talk a certain way. So you're really good with identifying how to express yourself with certain people. But then I also put you're a thinker, okay, so when you take into consideration what you say before you say it. I also put you are a healer with your words, and you'll be growing throughout your pregnancy as random ideas for healing, protection, etc. will come to you spiritually and through just knowing. So I feel like this pregnancy process, and I feel it's going to be later on in the next couple months, where you're going to notice your psychic energies are going to be off the charts. So you are already an intuitive. You already know that you have these somewhat abilities. I know you've read cards before. So you're really going to start seeing all that stuff coming back. The pregnancy is really going to be what is going to jumpstart you again. Your psychic awareness will be peaked during this time. So that's the other thing I wrote. Okay, so then I put, I see a dark murky gray at your feet. So murky gray is just like a darker discoloration. Usually the aura will show, you know, the beautiful bright colors, but there's also the dark colors too. So murky gray at your feet, I feel you're very careful when you walk, as it symbolizes not wanting to make the wrong move. You're very cautious at this time of your life. So I feel like every step you take, every decision that you make, every action, you're very careful and cautious right now. So I feel like there's a lot of hesitation, a lot of like thinking process for you before you actually make a decision or you make a move. And I feel like that just goes hand in hand with your protectiveness of wanting to make sure you do everything you can to preserve and to take care of the baby, as well as just in general in your life. So really interesting with that too. So I don't see the murky gray as a bad thing, but I do see it to indicate perhaps a little hesitation in your foundation and maybe a lack of feeling grounded. So doing grounding meditations would probably be really beneficial for you, as well as eating foods that are grounded. So more foods from the earth, like vegetables, carrots, and lettuce, and potatoes is a big one, beans, just a lot of foods that come from the ground. Eating more of that to help you, you know, it's just all part of the grounding process. Okay, so then I also saw butterflies that flutter at your hands. So they were like all over, like when I'm looking into you, I'm just seeing like just a form, okay? And I was seeing at your hands a lot of little butterflies that were like fluttering around your hands. So I put you're in constant transformation, because butterflies to me are a symbol of transformation. And I put who you were 10 years ago is almost unrecognizable to who you are today. So definitely you do not match the version of yourself 10 years ago, and maybe not even 5 years ago. I also put who you will be in 10 more years. I go in increments of 10, but I mean 10 is a long time. So I guess I could say like even in 5 years too, because so much can happen. But I go who you will be in 10 more years will be the same drastic change. So there's definitely going to be continuous transformation within you. You're still changing, but it's going to be drastic. So it's going to be another, like, the people who know you now, it's going to be one of those things, like if they are still around in your life, they're going to see this transformation within you. You're just constantly shifting, okay? Butterflies have been around you since birth. And your purpose in life is to constantly transform, and you inspire people around you with it. So I feel like butterfly is another animal guide. So right now you have the protective bear around you during your pregnancy, but I feel like the butterfly has been around you since you were born. Okay, so that's definitely an animal guide that has been with you along the way. It's probably why you have been so positive and so what's the word? Positive and successful with transformation. So there's probably been a lot of things going on in your life where you've just been able to kind of outgrow it and keep growing. Like you just constantly are molding and remolding yourself. So I do feel like the butterfly has a lot to do with that. It guides you, as butterflies are constantly in change as well. Okay, so for the chakras, so then I tap into each chakra. So your root chakra is weak and needs more grounding, which is, you know, it's obvious because I was seeing the murky gray. So you want to have more glowing red in your chakra. So I also put, the more stable you become, the easier it will be for you to be confident and to take a step. Okay. I also put the sacral chakra is wide open. So the sacral chakra sits at your abdomen. This is where the baby is growing. And I put it's wide open and raging. I see it swirling. So I was seeing like the colors swirling, like kind of like a tide pool, or not a tide pool, a whirlpool, like how it swirls in circles. And then I saw the image of Earth's core came to mind. So I was seeing like the image of the Earth, and then I saw like the core of it in fire, like a radiating core. Okay. I feel like that's symbolic for what's going on in your belly. And then I said, I see a baby girl. When I focus further, I then see a boy, and then back to a girl. So I don't know if you are going to want to know the sex of the baby. And what I see and say doesn't mean it's it, okay? But it is what I was feeling at the time. So I wanted to write it down. So take it for what it is. When I focus further, I could see a boy and then back to a girl. I feel that this is a sign that you're going back and forth with what you hope to have. So I feel like initially you want to have a girl, but then you go back and forth. It's kind of like, well, you know, it'd be nice to have a little boy too, but I want a girl, but I want a boy. So I feel like that's why I was seeing like both. And then I put, but I personally feel it's a girl. Okay. Next, we have the solar plexus chakra. This is in the one in your that is in your belly. This is like your happy center, your health. And I was seeing it as large, and I have chills at my left side. Okay, so I was feeling chills on my left side, which is usually a sign that either spirit is around me or there is a message to be said. And so then I feel like this symbolizes your need to devote more one-on-one time with your lover. Okay, so it is your happiness chakra. So you want to make sure that the two of you are spending a lot of time together and you guys are laughing and having fun. Make sure you two dedicate to just be and laugh and feel happy, because you will need so much of this. Having supportive people in your life is a must. You feel secure when people have your back. So having support and people having your back is it's very important for you. So I feel like that is definitely something else. Let me see if I can close this. I think that it looks blue because I have the blinds open. Yep, that would be it. So when you have people who have your back and people who support you, it makes you feel so much better. It makes you feel just, it's a good vibe for you. You need people to support you. That's just what's necessary for you. Okay. Now I got the heart chakra, which sits at your chest. I put it is small but healthy. I feel like you're doubting a lot, and I feel like you're not completely allowing yourself to believe that you're pregnant until you hear the heartbeat. So that is definitely intuition, okay? Because I know that you are very excited about your pregnancy, but I also felt doubt. I felt like The moment that you finally hear the heartbeat and that you see, you know, the baby on the ultrasound, that is when it'll be confirmation for you that it is legit, that this is going to happen, okay? And I know because of previous issues that you've had, so I just feel like there's a little bit of doubt in your heart, which has caused your heart chakra to be a little bit small, but it's still healthy. I also put focus on some heart chakra meditations to share with you and baby. So this is a really good time for you guys to bond, and a few times a night. So I was putting like maybe 3 times a night. Focus inward to feel and sense the baby's heartbeat. So I feel like to help you feel more reassured that you are indeed pregnant and that this is going to happen, when you are in meditation and you're meditating to strengthen your heart chakra, also try to like tap in and pay attention to the second heartbeat that's within you. And I'm pretty sure you will start to feel it as you and baby are connected. So I can't even imagine, because I've never been pregnant, but I can't imagine how beautiful that feeling must be. So I thought, intuition wise, it came to me, like I said, I've never been pregnant, so I don't even know what to expect for those kind of things. And I have a pop-up, hang on one second. Okay. But I totally recommend trying that. I mean, I wouldn't have wrote it down if I didn't think that it would be useful. So now next I put the throat chakra, so that sits here in your throat. It is a deep, deep blue and filled with unspoken truth. So usually your throat chakra runs really bright, like a real brighter blue. But for you, I was seeing it real dark, real deep, which tells me there's a lot of emotion there. Okay, so there's a lot of like unspoken truths or just things that you have not confessed. I feel like it's just stuff that has been around in your past and maybe feelings, and you just haven't expressed it completely. Okay. I feel you have no problem being outspoken, but you are careful with your words these days. I also feel like Spirit wants you to be mindful of who you share your pregnancy with. Judge these characters with your intuition. So I was just feeling like not everybody's going to be on board, or not everyone is going to be as supportive as you think they will be. A lot of times when we have pregnancy announcements and whatnot, people get jealous because there's a lot of people out there who want to have their own babies and they can't, or they are struggling, you know. And so just be mindful of who you tell, because we want to think that everyone is going to be happy for us, but sometimes it's just not that way, and it's hurtful. Now, next is your third eye. So I put it is closed, as it gives me a feeling that you've set aside your psychic tarot intuitive journey for the time being. And I feel like that's okay. Like that is something that I understand it being necessary, especially when you're going through this. I feel by halfway into your pregnancy, though, you're going to feel a surge of psychic energy. And if you want to be open, this will be a good time to do so. So even though in the time being, maybe you set it aside and it's, you know, not really something you're paying much attention to right now, I do feel like eventually, halfway into the pregnancy, you're definitely going to feel like super intuitive, super psychic, and you're just going to be like, wow, I'm really, you know, honing in on people's energies and feelings, and maybe you'll bring the cards out again. It just depends. But don't feel bad if you decided to set some time to take a break from it. And then lastly, the crown chakra, which is at your top of your head. I put it is wide with angelic flow of light filtering in and out. So I always see it like as a tube of light going up and down your head. I see butterflies flying through as well. There is a sign in the earthly realm that we live in right now that you're being watched over and protected. Okay, so definitely butterflies are around you. It's a big thing. Okay, so then this is like the most, probably the biggest message that I received for you. And I wasn't sure if I wanted to share it because I know that it could be really touchy. But I'm going to, because why not? So I feel like your miscarriage from earlier was the result of a baby boy. So I feel like the energy that I saw around you, was actually your son. Okay. Excuse me. I was really nervous to say this because I don't know if you even knew the sex of your baby when you had the miscarriage. So I could be completely wrong, but I do feel that it was a boy, okay? And the boy, the spirit that I had mentioned earlier in your reading, how I said he was young, he was appearing young. I feel like that was him. So I put, he holds your right hand, okay? So you feel him. If you feel him around you, it'll be on your right hand. I see the essence of galaxies around him as his soul travels from various realms. So I was just seeing like galaxies and stars and everything, planets, all surging around his aura, okay? Which is, you know, he was very pure when he left. And so he has that ability to transform into different sizes and you know, versions of a being around you, because he didn't fully develop in our human form for you to see him, okay? I put, he wasn't meant to touch foot on this planet, but to be a brief flutter in your belly as he quickly went off to live out his next soul journey. And so he was meant to be he was meant to be brought into the earthly realm to give you the experience of pregnancy, but he wasn't meant to be here for that much longer. It was just for that split second, okay? We all sign soul contracts that we agree to, saying this is going to be your soul's journey in this earthly realm. This is how you will live. This is how you will die, blah, 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 okay? We still have free will to choose what we want to do with ourselves and our bodies when we are on earth, but the way that we die, I believe, is just, it's a contract. There's no way we can go around it. It happens. And then I put heat sensations or itches on your right hand are him. So I felt he was on your right side. Okay, so anytime you feel a flutter, goosebumps on your right side, something, even especially something with your right hand, it's him. But I was tuning into itches or heat, okay? So if you feel a lot of heat, maybe you're feeling like the sensation of him holding your hand. If you feel itchy on your palm, that's him too. But I do feel like he is there, but he tends to touch you in your right hand area, okay? And let me see if there's anything else. Yeah, so when I talked to you earlier, I just scrolled down. I feel you have a male spirit at your right, your right hand. I do feel like this is your baby boy. So I just wanted to put it out there. You could take what you want, you know, but that's how I was feeling. And then now let's read your tarot. So I'm going to do a quick little tarot reading for you regarding your energy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera down so that you could see the table. And I don't have a cloth. I don't have a cloth put down, but oh well. We'll just go with it like this. I have so much stuff. I use my husband's desk when I'm reading over here in the room because he's sleeping right now, so I don't want to bug him. But he has so much crap on his desk. So let me try and scoot. Okay, that gives me a little bit more room. Ooh. Oh, beautiful. Okay, so the cards that flew out are totally significant here. So the first one that I pulled is the family card. This is the 10 of Cups, okay? So this to me tells me definitely, I feel like this whole reading is kind of like what is on the way, what is to come. So I feel like the 10 of Cups is showing that you are definitely going to be having a family, okay? That there is going to be the process of this beautiful new creation. It is a 10 card. So it's telling me that this is a new cycle that it will be starting up, as after 10 comes the number 1. So it will be a new cycle starting up. And I also pulled the 3 of Cups, which tells me symbolically it's you, your hubby, you know, you guys, and then a new one, a new little one. So I feel like it's like symbolizing your family coming into a 3. And then I pulled the King of Pentacles. Okay, so I feel like the King of Pentacles is symbolizing 2 things. One, that your husband or your significant other is going to be really stepping up, and he has been lately. So a lot of hard work there. So this is like a moment to kind of recognize him for, you know, all of the amazing support and everything that he's done for you. So it does show me that there has been a lot of growing up and maturity in his part to be a king. And also the Pentacle suit is really reminding me for you to remain grounded during this process, okay? So I know in your energy reading, we were talking about how your root chakra is a little bit weak, and how I feel like you need to have more grounding. So I do feel like the King of Pentacles is also saying to take care of that. I feel like the pentacle sitting on the lap is symbolic for baby, and I feel like just being surrounded by the greenery is just a reminder of your temple. Your body is a temple, and you are taking care of this life. So making sure you were grounded, that you were eating the foods you're supposed to be eating, taking care of baby in that way, and having that connection, okay? I also pulled the 10 of Wands. So a lot of 10s. You have the 10 here, a 10, and then another 10. And to me, that is a sign of definitely you guys are going to be ending a cycle, ending a chapter in your life. But the 10 of Wands is a reminder to not let the struggles, the daily struggles, get to you, okay? You tend to stress very quickly, especially during pregnancy. Like I said, you're very cautious. You are very careful with everything that you choose to do and decide on. But it's very easily you could fall into feeling super stressed and feeling like you are on an uphill journey. Take everything every day as it is. Meditate, clear your energies, because I do feel you tend to soak up other things from other people, but you need to really make sure you are taking care of you. And don't see the day as a daily struggle. It's just how it is. Everybody goes through stuff, but I feel like it can get hard for sure. And I feel like you stress so much more than other people, and you really don't need to, okay? The other thing I was seeing here, that I feel like these need to be read together. So I have the 3 of Swords and the Ace of Cups, and I feel like there is still a fear because of the first miscarriage. There's still a fear that there will be another one, okay? So I feel like you fear that. I'm not saying that there's going to be, but that you fear that the miscarriage thing will happen. Which is also why I feel like you are doubting your pregnancy. I feel like you're not ready to completely commit to saying I am pregnant until you surpass the first trimester. So I feel like that goes hand in hand with what I was tapping into earlier. And then I also pulled the Ace of Cups for you, which is telling me that this pregnancy, this whole process has been so emotional for you. And that you've been letting a lot of feelings out. You've probably been going through a lot of ups and downs emotionally. And I also feel, since I tapped into your heart chakra, how I was feeling it was really dark green, that you have a lot. Oh, no, was it your dark? No, it was your throat chakra that was dark blue. And how I said there's a lot of unspoken truths. And I feel like I said earlier in your reading that you, like, not expressing everything that's going on in your mind or your heart. I feel like that's gonna happen. I feel like it probably already started happening with this Ace of Cups, but I feel definitely throughout your pregnancy you're going to be kind of like a honesty detector, like one of those truth detectors where you're really gonna be just letting everything flow and expressing yourself in so many ways. So I feel like that's also what's going to be taking place. But definitely with your energy right now, I'm definitely seeing fears of the pregnancy not being successful. So I feel like once you hit the end of the first trimester, then you're going to be like, yes, this is real. Be careful of stress, okay? Hubby or your significant other is really stepping up to the plate, but also the need to ground. And again, this is just the initial, like, this is all that's in your energy right now. It's just the fact that you are building your family, Okay. So really good cards to pull. What a beautiful reading. We are just hitting the 30-minute mark, so I am going to stop the filming. But I just wanted to tell you, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you, love. And I wish you all the best with your pregnancy and your future. And if you have any questions or you want to leave me some feedback, send me an email at TheCacklingMoon@gmail.com. And I will see you later. Bye, love.